Konbanwa, and welcome to this, the second edition of the relaunch, if you don't count the June one, and I don't.
It's the
Toukon
third. It's the
Retsuden.
fourth edition of our relaunch.
No, because there's one in there that doesn't exist because we're going to redo it better.
What, the June
Remember? No. Well, we should maybe do that one other one.
Okay,
Well,
we'll
we're
redo
going
the June.
nowhere. Anyway,
We're gonna do this show again, so don't
that's
worry
right.
about it.
This is Toukon Retsuden, the world of Japanese professional wrestling. Joining me today is Mr. Daniel Edward Ginnetty, Esquire, and I, of course, am the great Riki, so happy and proud to be able to bring you what we're going to call, at least euphemistically, as the best in Japanese professional wrestling to you, our loyal and new viewers.
Yeah, we're gonna be on YouTube. We've got a bunch of shows on YouTube. Our old,
Our classics.
our classics. Yeah, they're Toukon classics. I think 114 episodes are already online.
Wow.
And I'll be able to get the other 60 or 70 I have uploaded. I think there's only 25, less than 30 of our 200 plus episodes are located and converted over to DVD. So we're going to get all that. Go to YouTube, just search Toukon Retsuden with a U, Toukon Retsuden.
You know what? We're going to have to do this too, so it's going to be time. This episode, we don't have it as we're speaking to you, but the magic of television makes it possible that by the time this airs, there could be something, in the words of Larry Erickson, right around here.
That's right.
That tells you our Facebook page, and you might be able to friend us and
do
like
we have
us.
a Facebook
I think we
page?
need to think about that.
Does that mean I have to twalter? What
Twalter?
twilter? What is that?
There's no tweeting.
What is that newfangled?
The only tweeting involved, as far as I'm concerned, is from birds.
Okay. I'm not tweeting any.
Do you realize I just saw this thing about, they did this study and showed how many billions of birds and small animals are killed by cats, and particularly feral cats, every year. They figure that this is one of the, if not the number one, the second or third biggest reason for extinction among certain small animal species and birds.
Is feral cats?
Feral cats.
Well,
they're quite amazing hunters.
The answer to that story, the moral of that story is, everybody please have your pet spayed or neutered.
Well done. This is why we like doing this show, because as you can tell in the first 2.5 minutes, we have concentrated completely on the topic at hand, which of course
laser
is
focused
professional wrestling from across the long pond, if you will, across the country, and then the long pond from where we're shooting this. And so we are talking about a junior matchup today between two relatively well-decorated younger end juniors, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say so, especially since some of the old-time juniors that have been wrestling for 25, almost 30 years now are still wrestling.
Yep.
Where Kanemoto, he's pretty much gone, but Otani is still around.
Just to check one thing here, we got a birth date here, right?
1983.
So he was born while Liger, as Keiichi Yamada, was actually wrestling already in Mexico.
In Mexico, yeah.
Right.
He had stopped wrestling in Mexico. He was in the dojo, about to debut maybe 2 months later for a New Japan. And Tyson Smith, otherwise known as Kenny Omega, hadn't even been born yet.
So they are on the younger end, sort of.
Well, he's 29.
Yeah.
And Kota Ibushi.
I don't think we got a date
I don't know if
on
we've
him.
given away what the match is going to be today,
but it could be, and this is just a guess from me, it could be Kenny Omega versus Kota Ibushi.
That's it.
There's some kind of logic there.
It was called one of the best matches for the year of 2012 by the prestigious Wrestling Observer newsletter, and at least 3 or 4 people on the internet liked it. So we're going to have it.
So that's basically a concordance of many.
That's it. Exactly.
But you guys, along with us, are going to be the judge as to whether this was all that good to begin with. And we certainly hope so, because it is the only match we're featuring this week.
We're going to see more of this with the 1-hour format that we're utilizing for the relaunch of Toukon Retsuden. Is sometimes, if a match goes over 35 minutes, what are you going to have that fits in within that time frame that is any good? How many sub 10-minute matches? Oh, wait, there's one of the message boards I go to that specializes, it has a whole section dedicated to matches that were less than 10 minutes that were still good. I may have to peruse that as fodder to kind of fill in a show so that people don't have to watch us yap for 15 or 20 minutes in a row. It's a bit much.
Yeah, for us as well, just so you know. But both of these guys have a long history in various places.
Sure.
I know Omega has wrestled in the United States some.
Oh, yeah.
He's been in New Japan now for a while. Also worked with All Japan.
I think he did. I think he won the All Japan
Junior tag title. Yep. And as of the point of the documentation we have, he was still a champion of some form in New Japan. I think one of the DDT sort of. I think they claim it. Here, read.
Okay.
I can't see anything.
He's got his glasses on, so he can't read. Go figure.
Sort of backwards way of wearing glasses, I guess.
Blah, blah, blah. He does stuff and kicks, I'm sure. I'm sure he's a kicker, right? December 12th, he won the KOD Openweight Championship for the first time and retained the championship. Oh, look at that. Well, that's all before. This is all after the match we're doing. Mm-hmm. We're doing the August 18 match. The main event of DDT's 15th anniversary event in Nippon Budokan. I wonder how many they drew for that.
Yeah, geez, that's a good question. I will say this, though, Dan. August 18th, Roberto Clemente's birthday.
How old would he be now?
I believe he would be 78.
So when did he play in the late 50s?
Yeah,
no?
Yeah, 55 was his rookie season.
Rookie year in 55?
Yeah.
Well, by 70, when did he die, 70?
72, December 31st, December 31st, 1972.
That's 17 years.
Yep.
Even if you debut as like a 19 or 20-year-old, back in the 70s, that's you're not far from the end from a baseball career. I don't know how he could have padded his stats. Didn't he get exactly 3,000 hits?
He did.
Oh, okay.
His last hit was September 30th, I want to say, against John Matlack of the Mets.
September 30th. Wow. So that was pretty much the last game of the year.
One of the last games of the year. He didn't play, I think, the road trip after that, something like that. But he got the hit and then rested up for the playoffs.
Okay, so it wasn't like a Tony Canigliaro situation where he was taken out young into his career.
No, not young into his career.
Young in his life, but not young in his baseball career.
This has nothing to do with Japanese wrestling.
What?
He was actually flying relief supplies to the victims of the Nicaraguan earthquake at the point when he died on New Year's Eve.
Boy, the early 70s were just really tough for airplane crashes.
Stay out of planes.
Killing celebrities. And if you'd like to hear more about celebrities dying in airplane crashes, feel free
Roberto Clemente.
Or Roberto Clemente flying an airplane. You feel free to email us at thewrestlingscene@hotmail.com or go to our website at www.thewrestlingscene.com or our Facebook page that doesn't exist yet but will exist by the time this show gets edited and released and uploaded to YouTube. So it's not there yet, but it is. So there.
It's the same thing, only different.
Yep. So. It's exactly the same, except for the different parts of it.
That's right.
We're moving along good. This is fun.
So, Kenny Omega's actually Kota Ibushi was a guy who got his start in Big Japan Pro Wrestling, or one of the early parts of his career. He was featured there. Big Japan do they still exist in any form at this point? They just won't die. They're one of the promotions that didn't necessarily run a lot of shows every year, but the one thing you could count on is when they ran them, they would be awful. Pretty much most of the card.
The two guys that really embodied the future of Big Japan was it Shingo Takagi? Tagaki? And then the other guy, he just jumped. Darn it. Daisuke Sekimoto?
Yep.
Who was a stocky guy. I think he jumped to All Japan. He was in last year's Champion Carnival tournament.
Right.
Jacked up guy. He's good. Small, but he's good. But other than that, Big Japan was that was pretty much it.
Yeah, Big Japan was notorious for, I guess, some of the more gimmicky matches a lot of times. Certainly for blood.
Oh, sure.
They were not afraid of cutting each other or beating each other up.
Fluorescent tubes and even their weekly show when they had one on Samurai TV was Big Japan Deathmatch Wars.
Yep.
I think it was called.
And if you've ever been watching this show at all before, you know how big a fan we are of that.
Yeah. Enough of that.
I think we featured Megumi Kudo in a couple of deathmatch type things, and probably Onita because you couldn't avoid that with him. And beyond that,
You had a
I
couple
don't
when I
know.
wasn't around. I know that you snuck some in when I wasn't available to do a show.
Other people,
I would have protested.
yeah, other people sometimes who would be co-hosting might have liked them, for instance, and that would not be me necessarily. I do like Megumi
Was
Kudo,
that
though.
Scott? Scott made you watch
Did
those?
Scott ever do a show?
I think Scott Kane might have been after that.
He might have been on one show. I don't know if he ever appeared on camera. He might have.
No, he did Tokons with you guys when I wasn't available in the meantime.
Did he, or did he do Wrestling Scene?
No, he did Wrestling Scene too.
I know Mark Gomes did one.
Oh, yes.
The late, great Mark Gomes. Shout out to you, sir. And then, of course, Dave Biner did one that was pretty abysmal as well.
He did half of one too.
Yeah, that's right.
We matched up frames and I snuck in there.
Yeah, you just
did the double take. It worked.
One.
It worked.
Yeah,
that was good. So I can give you just a couple minutes. Here's where you can watch Japanese professional wrestling now. A lot of it's on YouTube. A lot of it's on Daily Motion. But the channels that it emanates from are Samurai TV, just like it was back in 1996. They air everybody. They're not discriminating. They got Noah back. They have All Japan back.
Yeah, well, they've got to run something. They're a whole channel that's looking for some program.
Yeah, there isn't that much. Maybe 25 DVDs worth of footage per month now. It used to be 50. Now it's 25. They've got New Japan usually have 2 shows, maybe 3 shows a month. All Japan will have 1 show. Noah will have 1 show. 01 DDT, 01 and Big Japan will have about 1 house show, 2-hour time bracket per month. DDT just got its weekly slot back. One of the others got its weekly slot back. Maybe it was 01 got its weekly slot back. They kind of revamped it just a little bit. And then everyone else got grouped into indie promotions. So you'll see stuff like Kensuke Sasaki's Diamond Ring promotion. Tenru's got like a zombie fed that has a show every once in a while. I'm trying to think for male federations. That's about it. And then on Joshi, there's things like Ice Ribbon, Diana. There's probably 2 or 3 other. Stardom is their big one. And they'll show up on Samurai TV as well. G Plus still runs Noah, still has All Japan Classics. They still do about 2 full house shows a month and a weekly 2-hour show that is mainly clips from the big house shows. Gaora will have All Japan. Gaora will have Dragon Gate. Gaora will have Oz Academy, still in existence.
Wow.
Believe it or not. I think they're going on. Must be going over 10 years now.
Yeah, I would say so.
Almost 15 years.
And when you feature it on a wrestler who's just not all that good as the main star.
And Kaintai Dojo. So those are the 2 Puro King shows that are on. The rest is All Japan and Dragon Gate. There really isn't that much else out there now. It's unfortunate because it's all available in HD if you live in Japan. If you live in America, not so much. So
but at least
you get what you get.
We're going to do what we can, though, still, to bring you the best quality matches and the best quality television in the matches, and then, of course, our commentary, which just sends it over the top.
That's the icing on the cake.
That's right.
That's the creme de la creme.
Or at least, even if it sucks, at least it's in English. That's actually our tagline.
We do have a low bar to set. Is all we have to do is talk about Japanese professional wrestling in English, give you a little bit of background so you know who the bad guy is and the good guy is, and know a little bit more than that, and you can make a Japanese wrestling fan out of a regular wrestling fan.
Yep.
If we can at least accomplish that, then good enough for us. If we can do anything more than that, it's all gravy. So don't get your hopes up. Speaking
of gravy, I think we're getting close to the point when we should probably think about rolling our match.
Yeah, we're about 14 minutes in, and it's a 45-minute segment, or a 44-10 segment, something like that, but we'll make the numbers work afterwards. This match is considered one of the Match of the Year candidates for 2012 Wrestling Observer Newsletter.
We're going to ask Will to push some buttons. Did you know that?
Will's going to have to hit some buttons in a second. August 18th, 2012, Kota Ibushi versus Kenny Omega for the KOD Openweight Championship.
Let's check it out. And there we are with our 2 combatants featured. Nice little opening graphic there. Kenny Omega, clearly from the western portion of Japan.
He's a Winnipeg, Canada wrestler. Oh, here it is. I have it right here. I have the information. Tyson Smith. And at the time of this match, he was a wrestler.
Yes, I can't argue with that.
I think he was 28 years old.
His Dramatic Dream Team is actually coming up on their 7th or 8th year anniversary this year as well, which seems hard to imagine.
I thought they had their 50th. Did I get it wrong? No, Ibushi made his Dramatic Dream Team debut in 2006.
My mistake. So
yeah, DDT was it 1998? Really?
he's kind of jacked,
Yes, he is.
but I'm sure it's all, you know,
All natural.
all natural. There's no doubt about that. When a little guy gets this big and muscular, it's always all natural. See, Eddie Guerrero,
Yeah.
Keiji Yamada,
Yeah.
Chris Benoit,
Yep. Work out. Say your prayers. Take your vitamins.
with a heavy, heavy dose of those vitamins to help you out.
Tyson Smith became involved in professional wrestling after he met promoter Bobby J while working at a local IGA store. Trained for a year, the 16-year-old Smith began working for Bobby J's Top Rope Championship Wrestling in Winnipeg, where he developed the character of Kenny Omega, a Hawaiian surfer. Then he dropped the surfer aspect and replaced it with a gamer otaku character, which included Smith using the Hadouken from Street Fighter, which is the double palm thrust to the chest.
I see.
So when they said Hadouken, it's actually Hadouken in the Street Fighter game. I'm sure you recall. There's our champion. Oh, he looks like probably a tag champ title in there too, right? Is this the KOD? Well, you've got the paper. See if he's a champ of anything else at the time of this match in August 18th, 2012. I'm trying to read the title off the screen. I can't get it.
On August 14th, the Golden Lovers received, which apparently is he and his partner, received a rematch for the IWGP Junior Tag Championship, but they were defeated by Devitt and Taguchi.
Which is Apollo 55. And we'll have more of those guys coming up. Let's see. Smith, blah, blah, blah. Hadouken. He wrestled a bunch of indies. He got a tryout match in October 2005, observed by Johnny Ace and Kenta Kobashi. He was offered a WWE developmental contract, assigned to Deep South Wrestling on a full-time basis, debuting in October of 2005.
I believe this one actually goes with you.
Does it? Oh, there you go.
Looks like these two actually did hold at one time the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship together.
Yeah, they were tag champs for quite a while. Ibushi. Oh, now I have an Ibushi sheet.
We're all screwed up now.
What the sniff?
Ibushi has competed in Ring of Honor.
I like that hair.
Yeah.
Not all promoters for independent federations can have cool hair like this guy.
And we're probably happy about that.
So I don't know if this is an
On
observer.
July 29th, Ibushi defeated Low-Ki to also win the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion for the second time, 2012.
So who had the IWGP title when we did that January 4th show?
But this is the junior title. Wasn't that the heavyweight title?
No. For Ibushi. Remember, it was Ibushi and Low-Ki and Prince Devitt in the three-way match?
Oh, that's right.
So it was actually Ibushi defending it? Boy, I'm not paying attention there.
Well, maybe if we know that.
Yeah, Ibushi unsuccessfully challenged Prince Devitt had won it back.
Yep. Yeah. Well, we'll figure that out anyway because that match is going to be, we're going to be redoing that one anyway, Dan. So
there it is, October 8th. That match, I believe, is also on that Best of 2012 New Japan commercial DVD coming out in late. Oh, the match started. Hey, everybody. Here we go. And
there you see Kota Ibushi.
Like a herd of turtles.
When a junior match starts off this slow, one thing we can probably guess is it's going to go a while.
Okay, stretching time was probably best used earlier.
Before people were paying to watch you. And they're locking up. Clearly, it would appear a strength advantage for Omega.
You think? He even looks like he's from Winnipeg. I just thought I'd say that. I don't really know.
I don't know what that means, but
he's got a peculiar look. I like his little floppy hair business. What's up with that?
A little bit facially like Boy George.
You think? Not as pale.
From that one angle. No, not as pale, and perhaps I dare say more masculine. But less made up at least. Wrist lock there by Ibushi, but that's going to be the problem anytime he tries to do anything that involves strength. And he may be able to whip him off, though. Does so and catches a shoulder block.
I could have predicted that. No way that he's going to be able to survive a shoulder block.
So I believe that this is Ibushi's title defense here of the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Both? He defended both? Nice.
I believe so because he only won the title versus Low Key to win it.
On August 18th, failed in his open weight championship. I see that here. I don't see the junior championship being defended. Shoulder block, but Omega just stands there.
Yeah, again, the strength, no question here. He's going to have to work his speed and hopefully technique to get Omega into some kind of situation. Might have better stamina, though, than Omega. Doesn't have all the show muscles, but series of traded kicks here. That one sends Omega back a little bit unsteady. Blocked by Ibushi. Series of strikes. Back kick block. Ducks underneath. Back flips over. Kick block. Oh, he went
that was
for
the Hadouken.
Who uses that? Raiden uses it.
From Street Fighter.
Yep.
Isn't that,
no, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Raiden uses that one. Someone else may too, but I don't want to.
So that wasn't a bunch of mirror spots. It wasn't a mirror spot, but it was kind of like a mirror spot where instead of doing the same move, they do moves but block each other. And we get a handshake, tag team partners. But when there's a belt on the line, you have to put that aside. They are at first competitors.
Big shoulders on Ibushi. Almost unnaturally so.
Yeah. Here's the part that's unnerving to me is that Kenny Omega steps a lot. Look at the stepping and the kicking of legs. And there's more stepping.
There's a lot of frenetic action that I guess sort of distracts and makes
Less
it seem like more is going on. Nice little takeover there. Controls the arm. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, that was interesting, though.
I like that, too. He can't even move it out of the way, so it leaves the triceps.
Yeah, and now he's going to go back to working the arm. Well, I got to say, if nothing else, a little bit of intelligence in the attack and intelligence in the storytelling so far as he's working the arm. Now, what does Ibushi use for some of his maneuvers? Do we have any sense of that maybe why he would be working the arm or just to work the arm?
Well, you've got it.
Yeah.
I think, or did I not print out his moves?
I don't see a list of moves here, Dan, but, oh, nope, in here he does a lot of Golden Star Bomb, Golden Star Press, Phoenix, so a lot of the big stuff you'd expect from juniors.
Yeah, a lot of flippy stuff.
Yep. He's got his Golden Star Press is a corkscrew 630-degree senton, which I'm hoping we get to see whether it lands completely or not.
630.
That's a lot.
So that's 1 3/4 rotation?
Yep. Does a springboard corkscrew 450 splash. And a sit-out power bomb, which is his Golden Star bomb. He also has a bridging package power bomb, sometimes from the top rope.
Ouch.
A standing shooting star press.
Wow.
Also called the Phoenix Plex. So we'll see if he does some of those here. That would be pretty interesting.
So for these guys to be working on arms, they're just buying time.
Yep, I would say
anything that can if you can keep a hold of the guy's arm, he can't fly around. I'd want to go for a leg myself.
Yeah, that would make a lot more sense.
Because if you do that much flying, then I can lower the damage I'm going to take from your flying moves by taking your leg out from under you.
Nice chop to the chest as Ibushi was coming closer. Omega in charge right now. And early on, you would think the big guy is going to have a bit of an advantage. They're both at full strength.
Sure.
The question is, how much damage can he do to Ibushi, or can he get the win before he starts running out of gas?
And we're still working on wrist locks. I don't know if this suits Omega.
Fights out of it somehow and rolls through, but still taking a lot of damage to that left arm.
I don't know. I think that when you've got the advantage early in a match and you have the strength and power advantage already, I say use it because that's what's going to go away first. You can slap on a submission move anytime.
Yep.
I want to go, fists and elbows and knees and feet until I can't do it anymore.
Particularly since that's where his big advantage is going to be. We've already seen he probably doesn't have any technique advantage, even if it breaks off even between Ibushi and he. He's not as fast as Ibushi. We've seen how quick and even fast Ibushi is in comparison so far. So he really needs to do the damage he can do to keep this match on a more even plane as he starts to tire early on while he's got that advantage, while he's at full strength. And he's clearly in control of the match right now, goes to a wrist lock, brings it all the way around, whips it back, and he is simply so much stronger than Ibushi. Well, there you go. He just flings him over, but Ibushi flies with it, kicks him to the midsection, side headlock, thrown off.
There we go.
Steps over, ducks underneath. Hey, oh,
nice.
That was a nice-looking snap kick right to the throat of Omega.
And I think Omega has no one to blame but himself for this. He had an opportunity to weaken those legs when he had
Goes
this
back to the arm, however, and that did have some advantage, but I don't disagree with you, Dan. You want to take the legs out from a wrestler who uses this kind of an attack. Guess what? You might not get that velocity or height on the kick.
If I was in Omega's corner, I'd say, here's a tip you might want to know. He doesn't drop kick with his left arm. Leave the left arm alone.
Yeah, do that when you have to. He's going to spring up here. Oh, nope. Stopped by Omega, who got in there, pulls Ibushi back. This could be bad.
Nice.
Half-dragon suplex onto the apron. Didn't take the full effect. I think somehow he was able to counter some of the landing, but he took enough of it, and he is rolling on the canvas outside now.
Yeah, he almost rolled through it. The arc was a pretty strong arc. It was up and down fast. It wasn't like he dumped him on his head. It was almost like he rolled him over.
Right, and Omega back in the ring.
Going, yes, this is my left arm, and that's what I'm going to work on this entire match, no matter how many times he kicks me.
Well, Dan, I have it on good authority that when Omega decided, what was his name, Tyson Smith decided to become a professional wrestler, it was not in lieu of going to Harvard.
You know what? I think I figured it out. Let me see. Born in 83. So somewhere around 1998, he was 15, and he was
coming in with a back elbow into the corner.
He was watching Nitro, and he watched Chris Jericho list his 1004 moves to beat Dean Malenko's 1000 moves, 1001 moves, and the most prevalent move in his arsenal was the arm bar. So I think now I understand why Kenny Omega and the Canadian connection there. Arm bar.
Fighting out of the attempt of the suplex. So
there's your power.
Yep.
Well done, sir.
Goes for the pin. 2, no.
And that was a desperate kick out of Ibushi because he had him tied up, had the weight advantage. He even bridged a little bit towards the end. He almost took him out.
Wow, boy.
Yeah,
look at that. He was able to almost counter that. I wonder how.
Yeah, he almost countered it. That was nice. I didn't mind that. But you can put a bookmark in this maneuver. This one took forever to develop.
I don't know why he did so long to get it
all
put together.
All for the arm bar.
Trusted family credenza. How did that one go?
Moss-covered family credenza.
Oh, kick from the apron up to the face of Omega. Stomped by Omega, and he will maintain control, but too much space, too much wasted time.
That must all be on the Jericho DVD.
It is. I just got it.
You did?
I did.
Did it show him as
I haven't actually watched it yet.
Oh, okay. I want to see him in the Rotary down in Washington, D.C. And he holds up the sign in the poorly fitting suit coat saying, conspiracy victim. When he had to
kick from the apron again.
When he was trying to adjudicate a title loss to Dean Malenko.
Sliding drop kick to the head of Ibushi. May have caught him right in the mush. Rolling him up, 2, no. Boy, Ibushi better come up with something to get out of this, though, because while I don't necessarily think that Omega has used every advantage he's had here, he is getting more and more control of the match and doing more and more damage.
And maybe for a guy who's only 27 years old, these are mistakes he makes earlier in the match, but his ability and his strength let him get away with it. Because he still has that strength advantage a little bit later on. You try this against Liger, the match is already over. You've already lost because your only chance, you blew it when you had the chance.
Right, and he's got a cross arm breaker of some form on right now, pulling. You can see him really increasing the torque as he leans back, pushing against the shoulder and the neck, or more the rib cage and the neck with his 2 feet to hold that position,
I think
bringing him back.
I think the real advantage in this move is when you get your butt closer to the guy's elbow, so when you bridge up, you're pushing against his elbow, hyperextending it.
But again, still
I like
working
that.
on the arm.
Stiff kicks, floppy hair, makes for a good-looking move.
Absolutely. Gets out of it, however, and that gave Ibushi a few minutes to see what he can do. Comes forward with a forearm smash. Well done. This is not going to go well, though, I wouldn't think, for Ibushi, particularly with the worked-on arm.
It gives Ibushi precious seconds to kind of come up with a reversal or a follow-up maneuver. If they're willing to go toe-to-toe, oh, nice double axe handle. The first guy who decides...
Right to the arm, by the way. Well done.
Arm. This better mean something. If it falls off at the end of the match, then it will all make sense to me. But he can't drop kick with the left arm. That's all I'm saying. If someone can educate us on why this is a more meaningful attack
strategy,
style,
that's all. I mean, it's definitely...
They can send us a email at thewrestlingscene@hotmail.com or go to our website. The message board, I guess, technically still exists at thewrestlingscene.com or Facebook. Somebody tell me why this left arm business is making sense for a guy with such a power advantage.
It's not a bad... Oh, nice series of... Oh, the knees come up, and that was the problem with the guy who's... Oh, nice counter. Well done.
Okay. That is presence of mind. That is a guy... You see stuff like this very often when one tag team member wrestles his tag team partner.
Yep. They see it all the time. They figure out, hey, we could do this.
The positioning is perfect. They don't bail out of the move until the very last second, and that allows them not only to avoid the move, but reverse it. Double axe handle again, softening up the left arm.
Punch to the midsection by Ibushi gives him a second, but nice series of maneuvers there by Omega.
And straight punches to the gut. And that just upset Omega to stomp him in the head. Now he's coming from behind. Oh, now he's going ahead.
And runs into a kick to the midsection.
He's not stepping as much, I noticed.
No,
he's still a little frenetic.
He's lost a step at this point, Dan.
Oh, that hurts. That should hurt you even from there. Viewers.
Chop the chest, big forearm smash, counter off the ropes.
I can't apologize enough for that.
Comes off, lands the forearm. And Omega bounces back, ducks underneath. Ibushi, nice kick to the chest. Lines him up, kicks him again, drives him back to the ropes.
I want to take him down, get him down on the ground. Nice. Oh, not so nice.
That wasn't so bright, perhaps, by Ibushi, but he was able to slide over and hold on. Kicks him, now he's coming flying. And, oh!
I think he got that right foot right in the mush.
I do too.
No, that's not going to work.
Kicking out is Ibushi. Yeah, he got caught right in the face.
He was even holding his face in. The guy kicked me in the face.
Guy killed me, Mal.
Mal?
It's a Firefly ref.
Oh, I thought it was Mal Evans, the roadie for the Beatles.
Knees there as he was being put up in the cradle there for the power move. Whips him into the corner. Ibushi comes up, runs into a boot. He's going to try to come back again. Nice move by Omega. Comes back. Comes up. Very nice Hurricane Rana taking him over. And countered this again, Dan.
Uh-oh, watch out. Here we go.
Yep, and get ready for your airline tickets because there's going to be some flying soon.
Well, hopefully he'll be able to do it with that softened up left arm.
I know, that left arm. He's able to clap.
He's able to clap. You're right. Maybe he's that's how he's getting blood flow.
No, Jimmy Dugan said.
He said, don't play ball in the house.
Should avoid the clap. Rolling.
What?
It's from A League of Their Own.
Oh.
Big move there, and Ibushi able to do some...
Speaking of A League of Their Own, I watched 8 Men Out. Do you know Merle from The Walking Dead was in 8 Men Out?
Yes.
Along with Charlie Sheen.
On a few things.
I was trying to say, that's Merle. What the heck is Merle? And he didn't look young in that movie.
He was in JFK as well. He was one of Jim Garrison's investigators or something.
Really? Yep. Boy, that guy's got to have some cash. And now, at this age, he's, 95 years old?
I think he's
Walking
103.
Yep. And it looks like he's about to be a bigger profile character.
Yep. Missile drop kick from the top sends Omega back out. Apparently there must be
I
an
have no
apron
clue
there.
how he was able to do that with his weakened left arm.
I know. Well, the left arm.
Look at that. It affected his springboard greatly. Oh, wait, it didn't.
Yep, right onto the walkway again. And this is the problem. I don't think it was a bad idea to work a body part. I just think he chose the wrong one.
I know. Speaking of The Walking Dead, though, there was a scene where Rick comes in, where he's stumbling back to, almost about to get back in the prison, and he has his right arm kind of tucked behind his back because he's got a gun in it. And you can't see it, and he's like, the camera's on that shot, focusing, almost like a little bit of foreshadowing. As you know, in the book, he loses his arm. It isn't Merle who loses his arm, his hand. I think it's pretty well done. I like the show.
I even enjoy the fact that there's a lack of continuity between the two. Very Douglas Adams. Drives back, going for the half dragon, fighting out of it is Ibushi, sliding behind himself.
Whoa!
Goes for half dragon himself, very quick and snappy, and he gets him over, and now they're both down.
Good for you.
Okay, that made me laugh. Kenny Omega's expression there made me laugh.
If he just stepped a little bit less, I'd like him more. Less step, more light. Yeah, the good part is that since Kirkman's involved in the writing of the show, he can explore like a different time frame with these comic book groups now doing Earth 616, Earth 2, Earth 45, Ultimate version. The same characters, a lot of the same things, but you get there in a different way, and it makes it enjoyable and interesting if it's done well. And Kirkman's been able to do both the book and the TV show well.
Yep. Reminds me of Douglas Adams with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which has about 6 different versions, all of which contradict one another.
Really?
Yeah. Between the radio versions and the television and everything else.
Oh, now I know what you mean. I was thinking, boy, the book version is the book version, but the radio version and the TV version diverged. And that movie was just, it didn't do it for me. Was that Zooey Deschanel in the? Was she the lead?
I can't remember. Yeah, it might
Spinning
be.
back kick. And a snap
Nice kick to the chest, sends him down, standing.
Oh, what?
Oh,
nice. I don't know what the
double
heck that
stomp.
was. Omega almost Jareded that move. He sold that snap kick to the chest a little bit early. But then again, if it's your tag team partner doing it, you already know what's coming.
Whipping him across, Ibushi countered, thrown in by Omega, but the Omega not real quick getting there. Nobody home, rolling him over, but unable to hold on to him, ducking the kick. There's a swirling senton super splashy thing. Yeah, there's a name for that. I think it's a corkscrew through 630 senton. Could that have been what that was?
Sure, I'll take that.
It's a Golden Star Press, of course, Dan.
Good enough. Golden Star, all that work for Golden Star Press.
Yeah.
It's like doing all that and saying, well, I call it the cool move. If you just spend a little bit more time coming up with a cool name for it instead of practicing it, people would remember it.
Trying to do a power bomb, but no one home. Blocks it. Snap kick to the head. Barely catches him. Not liking that section too much. Whoa! Slides through and goes to the
I like
knee.
that.
That's
to the shin.
Oh! Jeez, that's a good-looking maneuver.
Yep.
2. No, gets out. Wow.
He bends his knee and then extends it so the back of his knee hits the back of that guy's head. It reminds me of the Malenko, like a reverse leg lariat, where he hits you with his extended leg. This guy's leg is bent at first and then extends into you.
Right, hit you with the opposite leg than you expect is going to be the one making contact.
Looked like he was going to go for a fireman carry there, maybe into something else.
Series of elbows to the head. That drives off Omega, which is going to save Ibushi again. He's had just enough counters. There's a counter again. He's going for a ride.
Death Valley. Nope. Roll through. And...
Oh, well, that's a whole lot of flip for very little body press.
That wasn't much body press. He had to get his I think it was his right arm extended all the way across Ibushi's chest just to make it look like he was in a pinning predicament. And Ibushi's coming too. Omega was spending way too much energy doing a very insignificant move. That's less than insignificant. Oh, back of the head would have been great right there. Sorry, you wanted to stumble around. Did he kick him? I think he kicked him.
Oh, snap. Release German suplex sends him over. Nice work.
I think the cameraman,
very flexible. Yeah, nice work.
The cameraman should get some credit in the match of the year because that was a perfect transition, or the director, I guess. transitioning camera shots to maximize the effect of the maneuver.
Here comes Omega. I've got a feeling he's going to fly.
I'm gonna fly.
Oh!
Up and over.
Another one of those maneuvers, Dan, that you use and you hope to God the guy you're landing it on catches
That's like
you.
Prince Devitt's move, where it's a no ropes flipping senton.
One of the first guys to use a lot of those, Sasuke.
Well, the space flying tiger drop was used by Sayama, where he went up and over the top rope without any help. But Sasuke used it quite a bit. Takemichi Noku would jump up onto the top rope and then springboard off. Manami Toyota would do that as well for a couple of years before her age and her weight caught up with her. Uh-oh, WWE main event time. Off we are into the bleachers. And now I think I know why this got 5 stars in the Wrestling Observer newsletter. It seemed to be a requirement for every WWE main event match that got 5 stars to have at least a 5-minute segment where they wander aimlessly outside the ring with no one counting for any reason. Oh, there's the referee.
Oh, no, this will be the reason. We're going to do some super crazy...
Oh, don't go indie on us now.
Stiff kick to the chest there, and now he's going to go climb some rafters.
Oh, wonderful.
But I think even if he does, I am frightened if Omega doesn't get closer.
Somebody call for the tables. Is that what happens next?
Tables, ladders, and chairs, oh my, yeah. Okay, so Omega will come a little closer. What is he doing?
Get out of the way, I'm going to cheer.
So, if the guy just walks back to the ring, don't you look like a fool?
I think I want to re-rate this match instead of 5 stars to 5 billion stars because it's awesome.
That is a very high, dramatic maneuver, but can he pin him here? No.
Nope.
And boy, that's the kind of maneuver that can do as much damage to you just, even if you perform it perfectly, as it can to the other guy.
Can you imagine having that guy not be there at all for this?
Oh boy.
So what you saw was half of an arena that paid good money for DDT's 15th anniversary show, and they can't see what's going on.
Well, they might have a Jumbotron, Dan.
Well, in Boston it would be the Jumbotron, but okay. Thank you all for coming. So
And Ibushi staggering back to the ring.
Ibushi becomes an indie hero. Congratulations. And somehow he was able to pull that move off with the tremendously weakened left arm.
I don't know how he did it. I don't even know how he'd be able to climb the scaffolding with that arm the way it was. Yeah, and you know, the other amazing thing here, Dan, is they were able to do all of that.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is, if the referee, there isn't a point where the count is what you get counted out at.
And why bother having it?
And why bother having one? And if there is a count where you get counted out at, apparently it needs to be 1,000. Because they were been out there a while.
Uh-oh, top rope Hurricane Rana.
No! Wow, that was a very cool move.
And look at
Snake
this guy.
Eyes, basically. A slide through Snake Eyes.
That's some psychology for you. The guy gets moonsaulted from 40 feet in the air, and as soon as they get back to the ring, look at this guy. He's a house of fire. It's like Rick Martel.
Power bombs him into the corner post.
He's Rick Martel to Ibushi's Tony Gurria. Look at this guy flying around after getting moonsaulted from 500 feet up. Uh-oh, Hadouken. Not so much.
Runs into the kick. Attempted German suplex, flips through it. Let's see what he's got there. He stepped. He still ducked the Hadouken, and there released German suplex, but he's up. Oh, took his head off
get him.
with that.
1, 2. Ref was out of position.
No.
And that may have saved the bacon of very expensive bacon in Japan of one Kota Ibushi. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but in Canadian it means I'm angry. And he looks awfully peppy for a guy that took a moonsault from 9,000 feet in the air.
That was
way too
interesting,
much
and I don't really understand what it means.
I guess it's the avalanche version of a German suplex when you're only 5'8", where you can't really avalanche because you can't get that up that high in the beginning.
Right, and then it's like, I mean, I guess it potentially could disorient the guy a little bit, but since you're dropping him on his head right after that, I'm not sure how much that momentary segment of, oh, he didn't do what I expected, really helped you. Well, this is the nature of a lot of these flippy matches.
Kenny, don't forget the left arm. What
You've
are you
been
doing?
working on it. Well, you go back.
Don't abandon it. What the heck was that?
A double lariat, I guess. But
yeah, but it was a lariat where he sold. All right.
I know. I know.
Elevated power bomb. Oh, no. That's not the way you do it.
Kicking out is Kenny Omega.
I think I would have rather had that moonsault off of 50,000 feet. I didn't like that power bomb at all.
That was high angle and dangerous.
No, that's not how you do it. All right. Now you can flop around, Kenny. I'm going to cut you some slack on that.
This will hurt your ability to defend your tag titles. I'll tell you that
everything.
Much. Or, walk again.
Yikes.
Oh, good counter there by Omega. Managed to get there because it did take Ibushi a long time to get back up there. He's been taking a lot of damage as well. And one of the things about the high-flying offense, like he's landing, is it will wear you out and you can take some damage even as you're executing it virtually perfectly. You can still take some.
It's a high-risk maneuver. I guess that's the easiest way to describe it. So it looks like someone's going to go for a ride here. Although maybe Ibushi can spin it and turn it into one of them reverse Hurricane Ranas like Koji Kanemoto. Ouch. No.
Release German suplex landing on his head, and he's going for the pin. 2, no!
Over-rotated. You get silly. Oh, man. I wonder if that was payback for the crazy. Yeah, you're still in the match.
Yeah, you're still in the match, but not by a lot.
I wonder if that was payback for that horrible powerbomb he squished his partner with. I said, all right.
Now he's going up. Forearm by Ibushi stops the assault. We'll see how this counter happens here. Now, they're both going for maneuvers in the corner, and that's what's been happening, is a lot of countering. A few successes, though, and boy, some scary ones. Drives a right hand.
And we're waiting. And this makes me appreciate Ultimo Dragon's setup for the spinning Hurricane Run off the top rope. These guys are taking their time.
Yeah.
Could be a power bomb. Looks like he's going to go for an inverted sit-out power bomb. Or like a backwards facing one. What move is that? I'm sure it's a golden something.
This is the Phoenix Plex.
Oh, okay. Are you sure it's not the golden Phoenix Plex? Handspring.
Oh!
Kick. Back flip kick to the back of the head. Nice.
Again, one of those things that's really cool to look at. Not sure how much extra damage it does, but who cares?
No. Well, they're not going to make their money by wrestling in traditional style because they're way too small. Good. That buys Kenny some time.
If I were him, though, knowing how many maneuvers this other guy wants to do from the top ropes, I might think about being anywhere else or make something pretty quick happen.
Speaking of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Oh, he's going to gain his balance.
Try and do something. Hurricane Rana.
Oh, no. That's unnecessary. I'm hoping the audio is turned up in the control room for any of this.
He landed hard, went about, I don't even know where Kenny Omega landed, but it was a ways out of the ring. Ouch.
Yeah, and Ibushi's in slightly better shape, but that was vicious.
His people trying to get him to get back in the ring, but again, that's one of those maneuvers you pay for it.
You want to have a 15th anniversary celebration ceremony in the ring. You don't want to have a retirement ceremony in the ring. These guys are crazy.
Staggering towards the ring. And he is still favoring his left arm. If nothing else, he's remembering that.
Good left arm selling from Kota Ibushi.
Very subtle, but still doing it. And I mean, I don't know how it's played into anything yet.
Just wait. You'll see it. That endless attack on the left arm is going to pay dividends soon.
You know, Pro Wrestling Illustrated ranked Kenny Omega number 85 of the top 500 single wrestlers. in the PWI 500 in 2011.
That's awesome. Tokyo Sports Grand Prix best bout of 2010 was
Teamed him with his opponent here today.
with Ibushi against Prince Devitt and Ryusuke Taguchi. So Apollo 15 versus the Golden Twins, or whatever the hell they were called. Let me see.
The Golden Showers, I don't know.
No, that's disgusting. That's their double finishing move, and I deleted it from these pieces of paper.
Are you serious?
I wish I could lie, but I can't. I think it's like double moonsault or double springboard drop kick. I wish I could lie about it, but I am not lying. And speaking of lying, not really. Kenny Omega,
Forearm smash by Omega, trying to get back in this match.
and he's smirking. I don't know what that means.
They're both very tired now. That's what it means.
Well, they have been wrestling for a while. When did we pick this match up? They from intros on.
So probably about 16
spinning
minutes
back
in. So
kick.
this match is, what, 35 minutes in maybe? 30, maybe a little less than that. 30-something minutes in, certainly.
Yeah. It's got to be 30 minutes or more, which for juniors can be a lot because obviously they're doing crazy, crazy moves.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope this stumbling around segment of the match doesn't last too long.
Series of hard forearms there and coming back. Nice torque on those. Not really good snap
Look
on
at how
those.
the cameraman
Couple
sells
of blocks.
it, though.
Yeah,
the
very good
cameraman
job by
follows.
the camera. Sliding behind, German suplex released, but up from it is Ibushi with a snap kick. Catches him.
I like that. I just don't like these snap suplexes because the guy rolls through it, so it shows that he never actually hits his head. That's kind of the whole point of the suplex. He's a dumper guy.
This could be a
Phoenix Splash thing.
Golden Star Press 07.
Here it comes.
Yep, nobody home. He rolls through it, however, but runs into a jumping knee.
All right. The return of the jumping knee, everybody. Brought to you by those fine folks at Toukon Retsuden, the world of Japanese professional wrestling. Email us at thewrestlingscene@hotmail.com or check out our website at www.thewrestlingscene.com or our Facebook page at whatever we call it. But it'll probably be something about Toukon Retsuden. Right?
I think it'd probably be pretty close to that, yeah.
I gotta think that the wrestling scene has already been taken for.
I would think so. Taking him up. Oh, jeez. Two. No, kicking out of
I like
Ibushi.
a bunch of stuff about that move. Kenny.
I like that too.
Did he punch the turnbuckle?
He punched at the turnbuckle. I don't even know if he knows where he was when he threw that punch.
Kenny
Just
Omega
an instinctive
trapped
assault.
the guy's leg. So normally on these sit-out doctor bomb, power bomb things, the guy's legs flop forward. This guy tucked it in so it looked like it put even more of the force on the back of the guy's neck. Tremendous stuff.
I will say they're high.
He wouldn't have been able to do that
maneuvers.
if he hadn't
That's
softened
true.
up the left arm. All right, after 40 minutes into the match, now I get it. Now I get it. Like 35 minutes, whatever it is.
The one thing you will say is their execution of the really high difficulty maneuvers to pull off has been pretty excellent.
Yeah.
Some of the other stuff, some of the storytelling.
The moves have been fine so far.
Yep.
It's just the psychology of it or the storytelling. They went through so much work for that moonsault spot, and it had no effect on his opponent.
None
then he gets in
whatsoever.
and power bombs him once and damn near kills him. And then it's like that's where he really put him in trouble.
That's right, and that moonsault press from up high was a visual spot that looks, someone thinks is a big deal, but didn't really have any impact at all in the match for either one of them.
I think they were doing that in the ECW arena 18 years ago, and people stopped caring, 3 years after that.
They exchanged lariats, neither one getting too much of an advantage.
These are low lariats across the chest. Someone needs a
I think the lariat by Ibushi was a little higher, and I think that's where he's gaining some
Watch
advantage.
out for the miss.
Ducking underneath is Omega. Takes him with
Plants
a
him.
bridge. Wow.
All right, there
Nice
we go.
work.
There we go. I like that.
Into the Udahishigigi Yakujugatame. The block attempted, but back into it. Leaning way back, Omega has him near, well, not really that near mid-ring, but they aren't big guys. Slides around to the other arm, the one he's worked all match.
Oh, that's it. It took him all this time to go to the cross arm breaker on the other side. Now, if he was smart, he'd use all that loose tape and wrap it around the guy's wrist so it wouldn't be able to
Win
get
if
away.
you can, lose if you must. But always cheat. They reach the ropes, however.
that was
The hold will be broken, but
Oy,
nice
oy.
execution.
Nice boot to the face. A little bit of blood on the face of Kota Ibushi.
Got a
Take
feeling
the
this
tape
could-
off. You keep the tape, kid. Oh, my goodness.
Well, this is tag partner. Unless they're going to split up the tag partners because they have something go on here.
Tag partner that moonsaulted him from 9 billion feet in the air. What's a little tape?
Well, they're trying to stick together in other ways.
Without the tape?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Meaning.
You ever see that Zach Galifianakis? Zach, what's his last name? Is Snuffleupagus, I think.
I don't
Zach Snuffleupagus from
What
Muppet
is he
movie.
doing here? Oh, he's going to do another one of those, maybe a Dr. Bomb type thing from up there?
Oh, I hope
Fighting
not.
off as Ibushi, trying
not
to come
gonna
up.
like
He's going
it.
to spin around if he can.
If he can pull the hair. All right, he's working on it. He's got the hair. Dumps off. Good. I think
I
you
like
just
that,
saved
actually.
yourself, Kota Ibushi. Whatever that was going to be, wasn't going to work out for you.
Oh!
Oh, look at that cell. Up and over. I don't know what that means, but I'm creeped. All right.
Oh, boy.
I'm not comfortable with this move. Unless this is the going to be the power bomb.
Oh, that's a nasty little landing.
I thought he landed on his head. He may have
Yep.
kind of taken the
1,
two.
2, no! Wow, just kicking out and a lazy cover there by Ibushi. Maybe he's a little tired, not a lot of presence of mind there, though. He's got to get that finish right there.
Well, I think this is desperation time for both guys. You can see they're both winded. I think that a flashy move now could
Here
finish
you
it
go.
for either side.
Corkscrew,
Oh!
there it is, the Golden Star
Oh, he
press
nailed
on
him.
7.
And that's it.
There you go.
Kota
And Kota
Ibushi.
Ibushi, and he gives some words of encouragement to his teammate after this, but Kota Ibushi retains his belt in,
I think it
We
was
don't
like
have a time
37 minutes or something crazy.
Something around 37
In spite
minutes.
of all the work
done to
Kenny
the left
Omega
arm.
did to that left
Although
arm.
at least he did transition to the cross arm breaker
For
on
all of
that
10
one there.
seconds
Well,
before Ibushi grabbed the ropes.
Well, at least it had something to do with the story, but both of them, pretty good work. I'm not sure I'd give it 5 stars, ever. But definitely a solid match with, particularly among juniors, particularly for a match of this length and with the really lot of high-impact maneuvers.
I think that's going to wrap it up for our time.
Pretty
He
much,
wants
yep.
he wants some spray on his belly welly. While he's getting sprayed down, we'll send this off to the can. Thanks for joining us. We'll
Thank
be
you
back
very
with
much.
another episode soon. Drive safely, everybody.
Mataraishu.
信じられません。これはもしかすると DDT の戦いではない。DDT の15年の歴史の決勝ではなく、イブシコーダとケニー・オメガの4年間の決勝なのかもしれませんが、紛れもなく